And at the very end of the line, when Coach Wooden was 99, they gave him just what he needed, just what he wanted, another award. They named him the greatest coach ever. Not the greatest basketball coach, not the greatest college coach, but the greatest coach ever. Number 2 was Vince Lombardi. Number 3 was Bear Bryant. Number 4 was Phil Jackson, who was mad as can be about being number 4. Number 5 was Don Shula. Number 6 was Red Auerbach from the Celtics. And when Red found out from inside his coffin that he was number 6 and behind Phil Jackson, he is banging on that coffin door. Let me out of here. Are you kidding? Phil Jackson, that guy just buys players. I build teams. But Coach Wooden wanted no part of this. None. But he reluctantly agreed on these terms, that the only people who could come were his family, his friends, and his players, nobody else. So we had this big event in a beautiful place like this. And at the end of the evening, they roll him up in his wheelchair onto the stage and they give him the microphone. Now, when you're 99 and the audience is your family, your friends, and your players, you've used all your best material. So, like, what's he going to say, right? So he gets up there and he starts mumbling and stumbling about how I don't deserve this. There's no metrics. There's no measurements. There's no hard analytics as to who decides this. It's all subjective. But I will admit and acknowledge that I'm among the best. That's really big of you, Coach. Way to go. But then he turned it and he said, I want to apologize. And we're like, yeah, the old guy, 99 years at the end, he's finally going to say he was wrong. He said, I made a mistake. He said, I made a mistake with the pyramid of success. Coach, you spent 14 years. How could you make a mistake? He said, I left the word love out of the pyramid of success. And love is the single most powerful and important word in our language and culture. And until the power of love supersedes the love of power, we have no chance. No chance at all of getting it done. And then he closed it down when he said, as he looked around, and he knew everybody in the room by name, by story, by family, by history, successes, failures, everything. This guy was a student of life. And he looked around and he said, and I also want to say, I'm sorry to each and every one of you, in that I have not been able to do more to help you. I'm sorry I haven't been able to do more to help you. It was the last thing that he ever said. And so when I'm lying there on the floor with my own spine, I'm asking myself, what am I going to do if I ever get up? What am I going to do with the rest of my life? And that's why I'm here tonight, to share with you the joys of how perfect life can be under the right circumstances.